Okay, so my project was about Ivo Van Hove. Of course, he's a Belgium director. And my name is Diego Naro. Alright, so Ivan Van Hove was born October 28th, 1958, in Belgium, of course. And, he lived his life accordingly. But at age 23, he became a stage director. That's when he first really set in stone his career. In that, he directed two plays, two productions, Germs and Rumors, and those are the plays he created. And from there, he got traction, became more popular, and in the span of 10 years, a decade, he served as the director of the Zuidelijk Toneel, which is it's a company that is not as notable as the upcoming Toneel Group, Amsterdam, but it's still up there. It's still popular, but to a smaller scale. But in 2001, he did become like the general director of Toneel Group Amsterdam, which is like the top line. It's the biggest repertory company in Amsterdam. So it's very 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 well known. It essentially is the biggest, and it is off Broadway, meaning that like it houses 100 to 500 people, and he's coordinated productions all across the world, and he's even directed companies that are like not his usual, if that makes sense. Like he is comfortable with many other companies, not just the Toneel Group Amsterdam. So that's cool. And I'd like to mention that his art style is his theatrical art style. The way he conveys his works is avant-garde. It's experimental. It's not what's usual, and that's what makes him unique. He calls it, or they call it, ultra modern minimalism, which means he uses like abstract ideas and like minimalistic props and stuff to convey the utmost meaning, which in and of itself is super super hard, like expressing like the infinite amount of things through such little like physical tools. And but he does it so well. And to better illustrate like what it's like, I have a clip of a trailer, it's not long, of what his shows are like, of why people go very often, why he's really sought out for it, and why he is the general director of Toneel Group Amsterdam. Like, there's a reason he is where he is, and his art style shows that. It's unique, it's beautiful, and it's popular, and this is what it's like. Yeah, so that's essentially what it was. And then on top of that, I'd like to talk about his works, because of course he's done a handful of things, because he is the general director of Toneel Group Amsterdam. But first off, I'd like to mention that he did come out with a film, like a movie, called Amsterdam, which is funny in my opinion. It does kind of show what his art style is like, what his mind displays from like the short clips I saw. But I don't think it's like a AAA movie because it's like not much money was put into it, but a lot thought was put into it. It's a very beautiful from the clips, but it's not like the best in my opinion. However, I digress. He has, and for like the Toneel Group Amsterdam, he's done probably around 20 works, 20 like productions, and which I think is a lot. But the ones that I want to like discuss and talk about are the most notable in my opinion because they represent something else instead of just creating a product to give out. Like the ones that I will mention have a deeper meaning and convey true appreciation for other artists, other um, directors, writers, and that have sadly like gone away. They've passed away, and it's like he brings memorandum to them. He brings them back so that they can be appreciated just how they should be for their beautiful works, which is like very common for Shakespeare, and when people still do. However, he adds a twist of his own, which is also very common. Like Lion King, and which is essentially Hamlet. So he does this. However, instead of just being off Shakespeare, he does it off other people, like Teorema, which is based off of the work of Pier Paolo Pasolini, who was an Italian director, screenwriter, and poet who was assassinated in 1975, which is incredible because of having his career ended so like abruptly, but still like giving out beautiful works. Um, Ivo Van Hove gives them the opportunity to, or gives the work the opportunity to grow and be known in history for what it should have been, a piece of art. And like alongside this is tributes and other stuff which is taken from past works and twisted and conveyed in his own ideas, which is beautiful, and not just like creating play for like the hell of it, just to get out there and sell tickets. Which again gives reason as to why he is the general director of Toneel Groep Amsterdam. And on top of that, of course, he's won awards. You don't get to your position without winning any awards or the best of the awards. He has won 2 OB awards, which help um, illustrate and state that he does travel the world with his company to show productions, because the OB awards are handed out in New York City. But since he is a director, all his prizes, all his awards, kind of follow that director um, flow, purpose, reasoning. So like it was best production. That's how he won these OB awards. Best production for the More Stately Mansions, the Hedda Gabler. So his director work was like the major factor. On top of that, I'm just going to mention a few. He's won way more than like the 7 I've mentioned, but these are like the most like notable, in my opinion, once again, because they stand out to me. He won the Theatre Festival Prize in the Edinburgh Festival, which is a feat in and of itself, because the Edinburgh Festival is like well known. It's just like historic. It's like it's like the art festival to go to. It's beautiful, and like the Archangel Award at the same festival. And a cool one was in 2008. He was given the Proscenium Prijs, which is a Dutch theater award, but he was given it alongside his partner, Jan Versweveld, which is cool because his partner also like dabbles, also works in that field, so it's pretty cool. And then, like the overall award and the like again best director and the Olivier Award for best director. View from the Bridge in London, again showing that he does travel the world and bring his place to everything. And like once again, award for excellence in directing. And it's cool because he became an honorary citizen of Belgium, which essentially means he was acknowledged and given like the highest like rights of like just helping, giving a good reputation to the country. So that's cool. And he was also made like commander in the Order of the Crown, which is like the top coolest thing you could ever do. besides, just being famous in general. And that's pretty much it. These are our sources. But yeah, he's openly gay. That's cool.